Hi everyone, welcome to Learn English with Miss. In today's lesson, we will learn about positive and negative peer pressure. So let's get started. Peer is a person who is of equal standing with another in a group. Peers are people who are similar to you in age, grade, gender, or other traits. They can be your friends, your classmates, even kids in the neighborhood. When you care about what other people think about you, it could be that you are referring to your peers. Friends are crucial in learning, and these friends are also your peers. And peers can be the number one influence in your life. Strong influences from people in a group to make the group members do something. Now, that is known as peer pressure. Peer pressure is one of the most difficult aspects of growing up. Peer pressure can be hard to resist, and oftentimes you may find that you are getting persuaded easily by your friends. What is peer pressure? It's when one of your peers pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. There are two kinds of peer pressure: negative peer pressure and positive peer pressure. We will also be discussing a few other kinds of peer pressure in the following slides. Let's keep going. Peer pressure is when you feel you have to do something that you might not usually choose to do. It is when you choose to do this to fit in or be cool amongst your peers. Everybody, no matter what age, is faced with pressure to fit in. Some people might feel it more than others. You might feel it more in some situations than others. This can mean making choices that you don't really want to or that are unsafe. It can be hard to go against the grain and resist social pressure. Some positive examples of peer pressure are doing your homework, exercising, playing a game, making the right choices. Some negative examples of peer pressure could be doing drugs, misbehavior in class, stealing, fighting. And here are the other types of peer pressure that we haven't discussed: the spoken, unspoken, indirect, direct, and as we have mentioned before, the positive and negative types of peer pressure. Since peer pressure involves communicating some type of message, the way in which that message is communicated can be varied and can be experienced at any age. Spoken peer pressure is when someone says something directly to you that puts a lot of pressure on you and makes it hard to say no. Unspoken peer pressure is when you feel that you are supposed to act or dress a certain way because it seems like everybody else is doing it or because it's the cool thing to do, even though nobody has said anything about it. It's something that you see and that you feel you want to do. Positive peer pressure is when your peers inspire and pressure you in positive ways. And here are a few different examples. If your peers convince you to try a new activity, such as joining an athletic team or school based club, then you have been positively pressured by your peer. If they ask you to try ethnic foods or other different activities or foods that you aren't used to, this could also mean that you have been positively pressured by a peer. And when they're pressuring you to not participate in risky behaviors or activities, this is also an example of positive peer pressure. Do you know any examples of risky behaviors or any examples of ways you've been positively peer pressured? Why don't you jot them down and we will go over them soon. Here are some examples of positive peer pressure. Friends encouraging you to study more, friends suggesting you join the science club with them, friends helping you say no to negative peer pressure, and friends encouraging you to help them volunteer at a local event. You're doing great. Let's keep going. Negative peer pressure. When your peers have a negative influence on you, they can encourage each other or even you to become involved in risky behaviors. When your own values are being compromised, you might be pressured to do what everyone else is doing. This can mean making choices that you don't really want to or that are unsafe. Choices like wearing the right clothes, meaning clothes that are not so right and a little too risque for school. Stealing, trying smokes, alcohol, drugs, missing school, cheating in school, teasing, bullying or hurting others, too much dieting, or bodybuilding. Here are some ways you can resist negative peer pressure. Develop friendships with people who share your values and interests. Friends who have respect for your health and well being will be less likely to pressure you into doing something that goes against your values. You will also find that it is much easier to resist negative peer pressure when you have supportive friends who stand by you and respect your decision. Refusing to go along with the group may make them appear uncool, but it could benefit you in the long run. How can you respond to negative peer pressure? The key to dealing with negative peer pressure is self confidence. Be yourself, make your own decisions regardless of what others think. Listen to your gut. Learn to feel comfortable saying no. Hang with people who feel the same way you do. If a situation seems dangerous, don't hesitate to get an adult's help. Although peer pressure has its good and bad, we have to accept the good and face the bad. If not, we will be influenced by our peers to do something which is dangerous and unhealthy. Here are some effects of negative peer pressure. If you are pressured into drinking alcohol or doing drugs, there are many severe consequences. Addictions and terrible habits can emerge from such types of negligent behaviors. As you get older, your health may fail due to the abuse you put your body through as a youth. Diseases like cancer, liver failure, and brain disorders can emerge from drinking or doing drugs. These disorders that all result from the poisons you put into your body due to peer pressure won't just affect you, but it will affect your loved ones both mentally and physically. So let's face it, think for yourself. And let's now go over some positive effects of peer pressure. Peer pressure isn't only negative, there are positive aspects of it as well. For example, peer pressure can help you adopt good habits as a youth, which will stay with you and help you in life. Your friends and others around you can be helpful when they pressure you to achieve your goals. They can help you strive to be the best person you could possibly be. They can help you give up bad habits, which in turn can help you become a better person both physically and mentally. Your attitude could change drastically as a result of the positive interactions. So choose wisely. Saying no. We must learn to say no to those things that we don't want to do or which is not right. Explaining to people in a calm way why we don't want to be part of something is one way of handling it. Take action. Sometimes we are able to tackle peer pressure because we feel more comfortable in our environment. Standing up for someone may help us exercise our beliefs or rights. Both of these are ways in which you may be able to create a positive vibe out of peer pressure. Plan for possible peer pressure situations. Think ahead of how we can handle situations. Decide ahead of time and even rehearse what you'll say and do. Learn a few tricks if you have to. Hang with people who feel the same way you do. Choose friends who will speak up with you when you're in need of moral support and be quick to speak up to a friend or for a friend in the same way. Choosing friends is very important for us. We can't live without our friends, but we also can't have a bad peer pressure. Good peer pressure can improve us, but a bad one won't. Having a true and good friend is important. We should choose our friends carefully. Know who is the good peer and who is the bad. What kinds of peer pressure do young people experience? Pause the video and take some notes. Jot down your thoughts. In today's lesson, we learned about positive and negative peer pressure. Thank you for watching and learning with me. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.